I'm Walter Wimble, and this is Behind the Music with Tim Wolf, hosted by No Sugar, No Cream Podcast. Thank you for joining us. We have another song today, and Tim is going to share it with us and tell us a little bit about it, and we'll enjoy. Tim, let us enjoy together.
Yes. Okay, Walter. Yes. The name of today's song is Old Man Down by the River.
Oh, love it already.
This song I wrote on a cruise ship when I think it was Christmas holiday 2024, maybe.
There's a lot of old people on those. Not a lot of rhythms.
And the entire, I love going on cruise ships because it's a separate location and it's a great for inspiration. And when I was down under, I wrote the 11 songs is from the album Down and Under, which is coming out in August. And this cruise ship, I wrote another 11. And one of them was this one. And it was prompted by, I was on my phone and I came across a Twitter or X post. And the byline of the person that had posted it was Old Man Down by the River. And I wrote this song in my cruise room cabin one night just from that prompt. I wrote the entire song. And it's about a guy who lives down by the river and he's self-sufficient. And I've had fans post, when I post videos of this song, say, I'm the old man down by the river. So some guys aspire to be the character that I wrote about in this song. All fictional, by the way, although there are parts of it that I've taken from people I've observed. Let's listen to the first section.
Every day knows all the best spots to catch 'em and the best time of day. He's lived through droughts and floods and everything in between. The old man down by the river, he's living the dream.
Nice.
So that intro, for those of you guitar players, that's a Univibe pedal, which Jimi Hendrix used the Univibe pedal. And it's a very classic OG type of an effect, and that was the effect I used in that intro, which intro guitar part that I played. So anyway, yeah, this is about a guy who is a master, knows all the best places and times to catch the fish, where are they biting. He's lived through everything. He has seen it all, and you can't surprise him. We're going to talk about that. That'll come up later. He's lived through everything being down there in the river, the droughts and the floods, and he's seen it all, so you can't surprise him. Should we continue?
Let us continue.
He always knows what the weather will be. He's learned from the native tribes. They say he can see the future, but I don't think he's ever tried. He can fix your boat, he can fix your ride. You can't surprise him, he's seen it all. The old man down by the river, if you're ever in need, tight bet his done.
Motor not included.
Motor not included. He's strong man, strong arms. I guess my dad, into his 80s, my dad was still physically able to lift and move stuff that most
still kick my butt.
Yeah. And you were like, what, not even 30 yet?
Yeah. Well,
you were in your 20s. He could get out. He just was a machine. And I envision, kind of use that as inspiration for this guy. He just rows everywhere in his boat. And he's also very handy. He can fix your boat, and he's very giving. If you need anything, just type his doc. He'll fix or give you whatever you need if he has it. And he doesn't have a bank account because he probably doesn't trust institutions. He probably keeps his money, I'm just imagining, underneath in his mattress.
Like the old saying.
He lives in a squatter shack. He doesn't even own it there, but he's been there so long, nobody bothers him.
Maybe he's one of those, I think the money, where he's got the money buried in cans in his yard.
Could be. Yeah. Maybe he's got buried in cans in his yard. Yeah. But he's a very giving man, and he's very handy with his hands, can fix anything you got because he's learned how to live with very little. Obviously very happy.
That's what they always say. They say more money, more problems, more things, more, there's something to be said to having a simple life.
And he probably lives a long time because he's got a great diet. He eats a lot of fish that he caught, fresh fish that he caught in the river. Probably has a garden, like you said.
Maybe he was married at one point. She'd passed away or something.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. That fits. And this is not any, when I say he can predict, some say can predict the future.
Oh, I love that line. But he never tried. That was like that's
well, I mean, what I'm thinking about is, nothing mystical there, nothing evil or spiritual there, in my opinion. I was thinking about, remember when the big tsunami came to Southeast Asia and so many people were killed? You remember that in the aughts? I think it was 2008. Came into Thailand. There's some videos of it coming inshore. So many people were killed. The native indigenous tribes were not surprised by that. They knew something was coming, and a lot of them actually. I remember in an article they rode out in the middle. The safest place to be is out in the middle of the ocean, because the wave doesn't gather until it gets close to shore. The wave doesn't gather until you get close, and the depth shorter. So if you're out in the middle of the ocean, a tsunami won't hurt you, based on my understanding. And I remember reading an article about the indigenous tribes in that area could see something was happening, and they were not surprised, and they were not injured and hurt, because they had learned, they'd lived so close to nature, they could see what was going to happen. And that's what I was thinking about when I wrote that part. Just by living with nature and learning how to read the signs, nature will tell you what's going to happen if you know how to read the signs. I don't know how to read the signs, but there are people that can. That's what I was thinking.
So is he's living in a squatter's shack, which I wouldn't straight up imply. To me, I'm not. When I look at that, I don't just think that he's a squatter himself. But when you look at his shack, it looks like something just thrown together.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to imply that he was, living illegally anywhere. Yeah, I like that interpretation. That's what I would prefer. He's an upstanding guy. Guitar solo coming up.
The old man down by the river got a lot of stories to tell. Won't tell them to just anyone. He's got to feel that he knows you well. Drinks his coffee from a dirty mug that's black, except where he puts his lips. The old man down by the river knows where all the secrets are hid.
So the part, he's down by the river, he's got a lot of stories to tell, because he's seen everything. He's been there a long time. He knows where all the secrets are hid, but he doesn't trust everybody. If you're a stranger and he's never seen you before, he's not going to spill his guts. He's got to know to trust you. And I think a person who lived like that would be like that. Be kind of suspicious, especially if you drove up in a fancy car and you're well-dressed. I think they'd be suspicious. You have to earn their trust. But if you earn their trust, they can tell you anything that happened in that area. They would know it.
He's definitely lost a few hooks in the biggest fish in the river.
Sure, I'm sure he has.
Story of knows about the legends of Billy Bob the fish.
And he drinks his coffee from a dirty mug that's black except where he puts his lips. When I was a kid, and I remember to this day, my dad.
That's the only way to drink coffee.
What's that?
That's the only way to drink coffee.
The only way to drink coffee. And my mug can get like that. It's not so dirty now, but it will. There was a previous podcast where I remember when I was rereading it and editing it, and you could see that I was basically the old man down by the river. It was all black except the plot where I put my lips. So
I didn't want to say anything, but I thought of you first. I was like, that's such a good line for you to write.
But I got that line from my dad used to go hunting, deer hunting, West River, where we lived in East River, and they used to go West River. His best friend, Ivan, both of them have passed away. But Ivan, my dad was very introverted and shy, and Ivan was very extroverted and also a large man. So he's like a big, gentle bear, and he would tell stories. And he told this story about they went to find, they were looking for a place to hunt, and they found this guy who was living in a shack. It wasn't down by the river, but it was a shack pretty much similar to what this guy, I'm thinking. And he told this story so many times because he would tell the same story over and over. And he would say they went to visit him, ask if he could hunt his land, and he was drinking coffee from a dirty mug that was black except where he put his lips. And Ivan thought that was so funny. He
said that line exactly.
He sold that line He said that line so many times and would tell that story so many times that I put it into this song.
Was there any more to that story?
That's all I remember. The main part I remember. The guy was probably, a bachelor living in a shack by the creek, I think. I mean, it wasn't a river. It was a creek.
I've probably seen too many movies, but the first thing I can imagine is that old man coming out of his shed with a shotgun. I can't not imagine him already. What you doing on my property?
He could have. Ivan didn't tell that part of the story, but he was so amazed that kept telling the story about how he's drinking coffee from a dirty mug. Black, except for
you don't remember if they even let them hunt him?
I think the guy did. I mean, Ivan could smooth talk anybody. I'm sure that they were allowed to hunt on his land. Ivan could make friends, and my dad would just laugh. That was my dad's role. He would laugh, kind of like our role. You tell the jokes and I laugh. Okay, here's a guitar solo. I think this is a slide solo, if I remember right, that I put on here.
And floods and everything in between. The old man down by the river, he's living the dream. The old man down by the river, he's living the dream.
Now, producer puts
I have a theory about the old man.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is going to be way out there. I think there's a chance. I think you'll be able to quickly disprove me, of course, but just this crazy theory that I have that the old man possibly might be a serial killer. He knows where all the bodies are. What bodies? It took a turn there at the end. The last line. He knows where the bodies are hid.
Okay, I gave you an early draft. That's not what I sang. That's not what I sang. No, I didn't sing that. I sang where all the secrets. The line I gave you, he knows where all the secrets are hid. So that was an earlier draft. Oh, sorry, folks. And all is clear. I'm about to say I didn't think I heard that. And I have to apologize to those of you who are anal songwriter types. I didn't even realize this. We wrote the song, recorded it, got it mixed and mastered, and I put it out, and I'm putting reels of the song out. And on TikTok, I had two different people chastise me for rhyming day with day. You use the same word to rhyme with each other in the first verse and the last verse. Who cares? There's an entire songs where the chorus is panda, 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 panda. But I got dragged for doing that. And I honestly did not even realize I had done that. He goes fishing every day, knows the best spots to catch them in the best time of day. So day is used twice. And honestly, that's not considered great songwriting form. So if I had noticed it before I recorded it, I would have fixed it. But I don't know what else I would have said. But I mean, he goes fishing every day, and he knows the best spots to catch him in the best time of day. And I suppose if I worked on it, I'd come up with something different. But it is what it is. It's now cemented in eternity. It's been released, and it's going to be coming out on the Born in South Dakota album. And this is how it is. If you like it or you don't like it, it's how it is. You anal songwriters, you. Panda, panda, panda. I mean, we're going to get copyrighted now. Whoa! This has been Behind the Music. I'm Walter Wimble. This is Tim Wolf. And we will see you next time on Behind the Music, hosted by No Sugar, No Cream. Make sure you check out their podcast. It's really great. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.